Hello everybody and welcome to my channel. My name is Jerome, and this is a video about where I talk about how I ran my first marathon under 4 hours. Okay, let's get into it. So I was just going to talk about this at the end of my last video, and if you haven't seen the last video, please go watch that before this. It's the whole story of my marathon. It's kind of like a little mini movie or story, I guess, and just click up there and watch it. Just watch it before this. This video is going to be where I talk about kind of the whole journey, how that came to be, and the story of running it. So I thought it'd be more podcast style, just relaxed, like a conversation, because this story and memory for me was pretty awesome, and I think it'd be fun to chat about it. Okay, so here's how it went. My time, 3 hours and 54 minutes, and my goal was to run it under 4 hours, so I was in there, and I was pretty happy with it. But here's how it started out. So, start line. I take it out too fast. I mean, that's of course. I knew I was going to do that. I knew I was going to do that, and I still planned for it. How I usually run my races, especially in track, because I ran 3 years of track, so I did have a base of running, but I didn't have much training for this race. Anyways, took it out pretty fast, and that's how I usually do my races. To just run and just keep it going and just don't stop. And that's how I usually run my races. But for a marathon, I knew it would be different, so I did go out slower, obviously, than normal. I didn't like sprint out, but it was a faster pace, and I knew it was faster pace than what my goal pace was. But I was feeling good. I mean, I felt so good. It just still felt good. Even I hit the halfway mark, 21K, and I'm still feeling great. I stuck to the guy who was in second place, so I was in third place. Well, second, third. We ran together for 3/4 of the race, and so I was in third place, just keeping that pace going, and I was still feeling good. 30K in, woo! Still feeling good. I was keeping up a good pace, and then about kilometer 31, 32, I hit this thing in the running world. It's called the wall. And as you could probably tell, the wall is not super pleasant to hit. But regardless, I hit the wall and continued to push through, just a lot slower than I wanted to. It's almost like a poem. But yeah, the last 10K, oh, it was painful. It was tough. I slowed down so much, but I had a really fast, at kilometer 30, I was still set to run a 3 hour and 15 minute marathon. And then I slowed down a lot, but that's okay. I had a faster beginning of the race, or first 3/4, and the last K was quite a bit slower. It was tough. I had to just trudge along, but I eventually made it to the finish line, and I was so happy. My dad was there to meet me, and also my grandma and grandpa and my cousin Julia. So it was such a blessing to have people at the finish line to welcome me in and give me hugs. Yeah, you can see there's my grandpa. I mean, it looks like I'm crying there. Like, it literally looks like I'm crying. It's just, it's the race face. Like, after, it's just, like, you're super tired, so just breathing hard, the cringe going. But overall, the whole race, it was such an amazing journey. Just going through 42 kilometers. And the race, it wasn't a big race. There wasn't a whole bunch of people, but it was nice because it was smaller. It was beautiful time of the year, beautiful weather, and also a great route too. Also, another thing I wanted to mention is having those prayer intentions. So if you don't know, I asked people to send me some prayer intentions on Instagram stories, and I was so blessed and humbled to be able to pray for so many great intentions, so many people. It was beautiful. So every kilometer I had somebody on my mind I was praying for, or some intention, and it really motivated me to push harder, and just no matter how tough it was, or it's just momentary pain, but you lift it up for somebody who's really suffering. And it just kind of puts a perspective and context in place, and give me that extra reason to push harder. So I had that paper with me. As you can see there, by the end of the race, it was already pretty torn up and wet and destroyed. But guess what? I still have it. Here it is. I mean, can you see it? Like, what? That's it. This is all it is. This has been in the washing machine and in the dryer, and this is all that's left. I mean, I'm kind of sad I accidentally left it in my shorts when I washed them, but I still have it. So here it is, all the prayer intentions packed up in a nice little ball. How this race came to be was, yeah, pretty crazy. Pretty last minute. So me and my dad were gonna run a half marathon together in Saskatchewan, but the dates didn't line up, and we were trying, so we didn't commit, we didn't sign up. So then we kind of trained, we kind of didn't. So I barely got to train for this, which just meant I didn't get to run it as fast as I wanted to. But I was already a fairly experienced runner, and I've put a lot of miles on my legs in the past years. Even though we couldn't do the race in Saskatchewan, I still was determined to catch a race somehow. So I was looking everywhere. I looked in the States even to see when we were in the States if I could catch a race there, but nothing was lining up. And then my mom called me and she said, okay, there's a race next weekend in Edmonton. You can fly out and then fly back. It'll be 2 days, and they'll do your race. So I said yes! Oh, okay, that's too exciting. So I wasn't sure if I wanted to run it that soon since I hadn't done much training. But I just thought this was my last chance. I'm just going to do it. But when I was registering for the half marathon, you could also register for the full. And it was only an extra $10 or $5, I think. Barely anything. It was a super cheap race. So I just couldn't pass up. I just had to do it. I said, I'm going to do this thing. I'm just going to do the full thing. And it was kind of a dream to do a marathon before I turned 18. And this was my shot. So I went for it, regardless of how much training I had. And there you go. I'll definitely never forget that trip. My first marathon. I can't wait for the next one to try and do even better. And yeah, I'm pumped. Anyways, spring is here. If you are thinking about running, why don't you maybe just get out there? Start with 1K. Even less than that, 500 meters. It's just a good feeling to get outside. Just run at whatever pace you can run at and just enjoy it. Set up your own little training plan. There's training plans you can get online or apps like the Nike Run Club app, and just get going. Just start running, find a race, do it, accomplish it, feel good. For me, running is a great time to just reflect, clear my mind, to even pray, spend some time with the Lord in His creation. I love the feeling of running. I hope to do more videos on my running in the future. And yeah, I used to do track and I loved it. It was so fun. Shout out to all my track friends. I still think about you guys. You guys inspire me because a lot of you are insane at running. And whew. But hey, thanks so much for coming along. I hope you enjoyed this video, and maybe it inspired you to get out there, get outside, put your running shoes on, and just run. But guys, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you all so much. Make sure to subscribe. Hit that subscribe button. Subscribe. The red button. Subscribe. I appreciate it. But hey, that's it. Thanks again. Continue to seek truth, and we'll see you next time.